I could go back in time and talk to the 16-year-old version of myself, I probably wouldn't say anything. Because I feel like this was the beginning of, I didn't even know that it was going to turn out that I was going to end up being a musician and do everything that I've been doing. You make me feel so good inside. I could have died. Instead I cried. Listen, one tear for the feeling given to me. Could I return the favor? My parents are visionaries. They realised, like way before I did, that this is going to change your life. And it did. My parents were headhunted because they were social workers and youth workers. My dad specifically was headhunted to work with the street children of Africa. And because my sister and I were under 18, we were 16 and 15 at the time, they took us and left the other 4 at home. I didn't realise what a profound effect Africa would have on my entire life, that it would lead me on a journey of discovery and musical inspiration, or that it would be 16 years before I could finally return to Africa. It's been a personal rediscovery, the time that I spent in Africa and how much it affected my actual life afterwards. When we first arrived years ago, I was kind of like, I was just saying my son Philly was just completely knackered. I barely remember it because I was exactly the same, just like half dead, wishing that Dad could carry me, but obviously I'm 16 and way too big. The population has doubled in the 16 years, so it's officially, Arusha is officially a city. Went from like 250,000 to like 500 and something. My first thought was that I really wanted to visit my house. So we're driving to Makumira and we're on the hunt to try and track down my old house.
So this is Makumira here.
Okay.
So we'll just start doing a bit of a drive-by, and anything familiar to you, we can just jump out.
I was like, I bet you nothing's really changed from there because I knew it was far away from the city. And I was like, I bet you I'll recognise it from the road. But then I didn't recognise it from the road. No idea. I'm trying to figure out whether this path is actually the same like road that we walk down every day. But it's just everything's changed so much. It's way more houses. There was nothing here when I lived here. Well, that's one piece of the puzzle. We found a diocese. So that's good. Now we're off to Usa River. Apparently we're going to pick someone up that's going to take us directly to Baba John's house. Baba John and Mama John used to look after our house, and Baba John used to do security, and Mama John used to be what they call a house girl, which is like she looked after the house, cleaned the house. It's going to be just really strange. They haven't seen him for 16 years. They're the only people we know, yeah. Oh my gosh, she looks exactly the same. This is so weird. This is Mama John. I know, Caro.
Oh, those are you.
That's my mum. It's from being here and learning how to play guitar and write music that I became a musician. Oh my gosh, Baba John, now he looks older.
What is his name?
Philly.
Philly.
I can't believe they look exactly the same, like exactly to a T the same as they did 16 years ago, except Baba John's hair is like a little bit more grey. But aside from that, this is the way you live if you want to be young. Look around. My child. That was something I'm going to have to process for a little while. I wish Mum and Dad and Bonnie were here with me. It was pretty incredible. Like, not even in my imagination did I think that we'd actually find them, and that we find them and they look exactly the same. Even Rosie, the 20-year-old, still looks like she looked when she was a little girl. See how small she is? She's 20. Holy shit. Are we going to go see the house now, eh? feel real. I didn't even feel like it was actually my house. But that mango tree was like a key kind of landmark. Yeah, I remember this mango tree. I made a lot of peach pies out of this mango tree. It was a peach pie recipe and I only had mangoes. Is it power now? No power still. Just looked so different. I suppose I was smaller maybe. It seemed different, but then when I got into my room, it really felt like that was my room. This room is where the magic happened. Wow, this is it. This was my first ever bedroom I ever had, coming from a girl with 5 other brothers and sisters. I always had to share a room, and this was my first ever room. This is the room where Ladi6, the artist, was kind of born, I think. I was born here. I don't kind of like mean for any of this to happen, for this to be the beginning of my entire life. That I would go on from here to have an absolute obsession with music. And my sister Sarah wrote to us while we were here, telling us about hip hop. She told us about this thing she'd found and these elements, and she went real deep on it. And she's still quite deep into it, you know. And yeah, I wasn't aware of any of that at that time. I understood all of a sudden that music could actually explain how you feel, and I think that was what clicked over for me, was that I could actually, I could just actually express how I truly felt and let it out. And that was the key factor that I never really experienced before when it came to music. So Dad taught me Hotel California. I was trying to figure out little chords on my own, and I think he was just annoyed by me stuffing around, you know, like, and he's always had this idea that if you're not very good at playing the piano, don't touch it, kind of thing. So I think he was just like, okay, let me just show you how to actually play something. And he also, he composed his own song, and I learned that as well while I was here. And Hotel California, actually, if you play it all the basic chords, it's got like 7 chords in it. So most songs I made were at 3 chords, so I had like a whole bunch of tools to write these potential songs. Yeah, I've always said that music to me has been like a calling, like similar to how like a nun gets called to be a nun. It was like divine intervention. I'm lucky. All started here. Just feel really grateful to be here. It's just a really humbling experience just to be able to come back. I've been invited to an incredible guitarist David's house to have a jam. And we're going to try and recreate a couple of tracks from Automatic. And basically, they haven't heard these songs before. So I'm just going to play it, and we're going to just try and see. I'm going to play it on my phone even. That's how budget we're going. And we're going to just see what we can come up with. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. That's it. Right. Close the door and come on in. I got skin I'd like to wrap you in. Folds and folds of love exposed creates an earth between a guy like you and a girl like me. Rebirth, getting closer. Come on over. I can feel the heat of your breath exposure. Take a second and just settle in. It feels so good to have a beginning. Hey, we can get hot, you can get lost. It was amazing. It doesn't matter where you're from. Once you create that, it's incredibly powerful.
For me, music is fun and music is love. So having you guys here, jamming together, it was a very good thing.
You are, keep going, a star. Hey, you see I love them like I love music. I spent my time with them trying to prove that we were. You're gonna lose it. It broke my heart to still ascend, but in the end it was music to defend and pretend like we never existed. But in my soul I still miss it. Soft kisses woke me up from a slumber. He was a calm and I was surrounded by the thunder. He woke me up when I was under. Love to love, love, love to love, love, love to love, love, and get it back alright. Love to love, love, love to love, love, love to love, love, and get it back alright. It's like poetry in motion, vast expanses across Pacific oceans. I could not cope then, I'm still too broken. I'm spitting words to just provoke him, so please remain open. In the shadows, whisper words remain unspoken. As we drink to quench your thirst for our devotion, all the way across Pacific Ocean, New Zealand to Tanzania. Love to love, love.
Karibu, karibu.
When I first arrived in Arusha and having like people trying to make you buy stuff. 90?
Smile a little bit on the bench. Yeah.
Me and my Rafiki yangu.
Rafiki kutoka Arusha. Yeah, sister from another mother.
Ndio. And they just all crowd around you, and I felt like back then, maybe I was new to it, but I felt like it was more intense. Today I just felt like it was completely mild. Just went to the markets, scored some beautiful grapes, beautiful fruit, and now we're on our way to Lake Manyara to see some African wildlife. Driving away from the city is a little sad, but I also have a feeling that it's not going to be the last time that I come back to Arusha. I think about what my life would have been if I didn't come here. I just feel inspired by the fact that places like this exist, that you are the one that has all the rules, that you're the one that's restricted. It's not the animals that are restricted. I love that. It was so important to also not come here alone, you know, but come here with Parks too, especially as Ladi6 is the duo that we are, producer and singer, because I think it's really going to affect the music that we make. I'm really intrigued by the Maasai. I've seen a few movies, pretty much that's my education on Maasai. So it's interesting. I'm really interested by the women. They had incredible voices, really love their singing. I really love all of their, you know, the necklaces, obviously. I scored myself one. I scored this actual of a Maasai woman too, straight off her actual back. I just enjoyed it. I just get mesmerised by that kind of thing, especially that kind of raw singing, sort of guttural singing. You just feel this really old energy that's, yeah, I love that. My mother got this.
Yeah.
When she was as a zawadi, as a gift, because she's a chief, she's high.
Oh, right.
Yeah, you understand? Yeah, so I also get it and my sister's got it. So it's kind of a little bit different to your markings on your face, but similar, same, different. I just think their houses and that whole setup that they had going there, I thought it was incredible. Leaving the mainland in Tanzania now and heading across the shore to Zanzibar. Quite excited. The last time I did that I was turning 17. We just arrived on the boat from Dar es Salaam to Zanzibar. And here we are in the beautiful Old Town. I'm looking forward to just swimming in the ocean and rolling around Old Town. It's quite beautiful. It's quite Muslim, you know, and so it's really different. It's really different to any other like Pacific island that you might go to. Yeah, I'm just looking forward to exploring this place all over again. Kenya Safari, Pole Musa, Mombasa, Lala Salama.
Nashindwa na mali sina we, ningekuoa malaika.
wanted a jam with some local Zanzibar drummers. I asked them to try and drum to one of my songs. Yeah, it was good. She said it only takes a minute, but I believe it took two. She said, hold on into your spirit, yeah, it's trying to get away from you. It inspired me in the rawness of the original instruments that you use. Probably, I don't know about checking my facts or anything, but the drum was probably one of the first instruments, and it was kind of like raw like that. That was quite inspirational, the dancers. Really love that. The last part of our trip, we head to Cape Town, and there we're going to meet some local artists and go into the Red Bull studios and just see what happens. For making music in Cape Town, I think this has been inspirational for that, but I just think for my future life, music making, it's definitely just going to feed the fire. I'm feeling inspired, yeah. I can't wait to see what comes out. Because sometimes you just can't control what's going to come out of how you're feeling. It's all really quite like connected to your emotions. We'll just see what music happens at the end of this trip. They say when a woman changes her hair, she's changing something in her life. I was really worried that I was going to look like this chick here on the wall. That was my most major worry. You know what I mean if you saw her. Good morning, here we are in Cape Town. It's a gigantic Table Mountain there behind this cloud. And today is day one of studio time at Red Bull. I'm looking forward to meeting some new local artists, that'd be great. Today's musical process going, I suppose today I think is just going to be like running some demos and going through some music with Parks. I have with me a very special South African artist and guest, Nonku, helping me. We're collaborating and writing this song on one of Parks' beats. She's over there listening and writing. Don't want to disrupt her too much, but it's very exciting because she's just totally kicked off the creative juices by just being fearlessly awesome. And she's a Zulu from the actual Zulu nation.
I walked in and it was fairly organic, and team's amazing.
Do you want to hear that back before you go over it?
Let's just go over it.
Okay.
Those ums lead in. No, I was just thinking of like arrangement, but we don't really have to think about arrangement too much right now, way.
Nah.
Like in terms of how the actual song's going to end up.
I just thought we'd like get you familiar with this main melody.
I'm kind of excited, like in a real calm way, to meet these next musicians. Nice to meet you. Lavish 189. He's a house producer, like an Afro house producer, which would be interesting.
So just like a couple of beats that I had on my system that I was thinking that, could kind of work with your sound.
So the style was going to be more like chanty, like
Yeah.
not really like singing.
Not
like,
really like super singing.
It's going to be awesome.
so-
I can hear it already. He had a particular like arrangement idea in mind. He really wanted this hook. Had the Musa language in it, and he had his friend in mind.
Something like that.
We're keeping this grand and sexy, or does this need to be conscious and...
Okay, do it. Play it.
Totally missed.
Sandela, Sandela. I'll go with that one. I'll go with the low one, and then we can arrange it later. You can cut and paste,
Yeah.
Okay.
On finding out about working with Ladi6, I thought it was a great opportunity for myself. get an international feature on one of my songs. Great to work with international artists or artists from other countries, and I thought it was great. Yeah.
I'm just going to do a straight harmony
or like
over the verse.
Okay.
Oh yeah, over the whole verse.
Okay.
And maybe even just loop that.
How I ended up, like, I guess, making the kind of music I did, a lot of it's just based on, like, the one thing that I think we all understand, which is, like, the beat, or as we call it here in SA, the skupu. It's like something that just hits you in here. And until you let me go, lead me to where you are. Please, be my kind of star.
Africans are just naturally rhythmic and just got this rhythm to us all the time. We hear music in everything. Music is a universal language, so it doesn't really matter which language you're portraying in the song or singing in the song. We all kind of tell the same story.
Doesn't matter whether you speak the same language or you have the same background. Once you start playing music, you're the same. We're off to Langa, which is the first unofficial township of Cape Town. We've bought the Red Bull van here on a Wednesday. We're literally in like this neighborhood's like in their backyard.
We're really loving it, loving it what you're doing, guys. So happy.
We're glad to be here in the neighborhood. Yeah. The crew's here. It's time to do it. It feels so good to have Lavish said he picked that spot because to get anywhere you have to go past that little intersection. People really lived there, but no one was kind of like annoyed that we were playing like really loud music on the corner. Everyone was like really happy about it. Like even like more older citizens of the neighborhood would roll past, were really interested in what was happening. Good feeling, energy of that neighborhood. It was really awesome. It's just been one incredible experience. Definitely just fallen in love with the place all over again. My thought processes have changed in terms of just being a little bit more confident in what I want to say as an artist. I feel like confident to just say what is in my heart and not have to say what I think other people might want to hear. Just from what I've seen here and experienced here, and on a personal level, but also just the way people live really like in harmony with one another. How grateful I feel for this reconnection that it just will always be there for me now. I will always be connected to this place again. It's the beginning of something. Diamond, you're turning butter into diamond, diamond. Sunny days gonna turn to gray. How long will it last? It seems forever. Bring me down dirty weather. Got a stack of bills remaining unpaid. Call on the credit team to fix it. This week I had to miss it. Nothing but lack of work to blame. The shame. Nothing but lack of work to blame. The shame. They say they do it for the love, not the money, but the living.